Lost Baron, etc. Like, that was a huge turning point. We talk about this a lot in best of threes, as was mentioned on the desk. Like, we have best of threes in this region, and so a win like that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to see the same type of game. We might even see the same drafts, but a completely different result if T1 just makes one better decision. Yeah, we would have actually probably had a longer game there, which, you know...
Leclerc will be having worse year.
Yeah. Break, I did walk past.
Monaco is really good at football.
Staff.
Is it?
Not celebrating. No one's
kind of sucks to be a smaller country with lower population when you're trying to compete in sports.
Especially when they're best of threes between T1 and Quantum Freaks, right? I mean,
Sovereign state is a country. Yeah, today I learned.
Used to be a team
that's what I thought it was. I actually thought Monaco wasn't considered a country. I thought it was called a sovereign state, like in Civ. I didn't actually know a sovereign state was a country. I learned something new today. Good job, guys. I also learned what an aphid is. Good job. Good job.
Look good in game
in Civ, it's city state.
It's a matter of just really strong preparation going into a best of three.
What's the city state?
Game you're most prepared for. You have the comp you want. Then it can devolve as adaptations are made. The Amumu is banned away. The
Amumu ban. They want to stop their Kalista one too.
T1 just don't seem interested in first pick Silas here, and with the Gnar ban, it does feel like they're still not interested in first picking it here.
Yeah.
Vatican, like Singapore.
Instead here.
Ooh, so Pyke is still going to be banned. I think Silas is very, very strong, but Poppy is
Silas
also,
could be good. Poppy could be good.
Powerful. This is
Talia.
what I wanted to talk about
wow.
On the T1 side. Quantum Freaks picked it up last time.
Is it Faker's Talia?
I couldn't really mention it. There's been a lot of practice with Talia compositions for the T1 players. Owner and Faker have been messing around with it a little bit in solo queue. I just assumed that they're
gonna do Kalista Note.
So this is something that
Kalista Poppy Note on 3.
After Dom1 made the flex look completely
dangerous though. If they do Kalista Poppy.
Last week. So now, Quantum Freaks, what is their answer to the Talia? Because also, it's difficult to pick Silas into
I like
Talia
Draven
as
Note.
well, because like having another wall, like
it's not.
Do you really mind?
Well, your comp isn't going to be built around the wall.
They have to pick Poppy or they're griefing.
Silas, so I do like.
Are they inting?
The range support picked up early here for.
They're gonna play Kalista into Poppy Talia.
We don't know what the matchup is going to be, but Poppy.
Please pick Poppy.
Without Hex Flash, so not feeling as good about that pick coming into.
Please pick it. I don't care about Hex Flash.
Kalista plus range doesn't mean you're going to be engaging as hard like we saw the comp last
this
time.
rotation you win the game. I can tell you that for a fact.
The wave in the bottom side. I think Draven's still pretty good into this. Obviously, you know, it's a strong pick into Kalista as we've talked about. And it looks like that's going to come through with the Ashe support.
Oh my god!
Okay, so both the counters in one rotation here.
that is some very say no to Teddy style drafting.
Why?
I absolutely love it. Also, a lot of vision control.
Yeah, and it will be the 16th champion that Carrier plays.
With Nautilus Poppy, you have Aphelios, Raven.
This was, of course, the dark technology that Teddy used against
you have Samira.
the first matchup as well to add a
you have,
little bit
I mean, if you
color
want to, you can play Jinx. You have Kaisa. You don't get banned out. Now your jungler's gonna get fucked. Imagine you had Poppy. Oh my god, it's 3-win.
There's not a lot of you know, scaling damage here on the side of Guangdong Freaks with this draft.
Imagine you had Poppy, mama.
Scaling mid DRX strategy worked very well.
Poppy Talia versus Ari Kalista.
On picks, and you have Handshake, you have Hostile Takeover, Fate's Call.
It's Ashe top. Okay, I'm not gonna look at chat anymore. I can't.
What is a very squishy composition here
I
so
can't.
far for T1. Now, even with Poppy being weaker, like I mentioned, the strongest pick into a pushing Kalista Renata lane like this, not going to be as strong, you know, obviously versus Draven Ashe, but still will be the dominant 2v2. So take away some of those strong jungle picks.
But Wolf said that Poppy can't be picked because it doesn't have Hex Flash. And then he said that it's the strongest pick into these two champs. So, yeah, it is the strongest pick into those two champs. Just say it. Just pick it.
Well, you don't want to give them those really strong early levels where you can
Pog,
come over
let's
and
go,
ruin
man.
your Kalista lane.
What I'd really like is for Quantum
It's weaker. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's weaker because of Hex
You
Flash.
make my day better every time I
Hex
see
Flash
the
doesn't matter.
notification you are online.
Just pick Poppy and take your free win.
The Gnar is banned.
I'm so salty that they didn't pick Poppy.
Go for here is, of course, they could try to respond to the globals that T1 have put together. I mean, all three of these champions have basically global.
It might be Talia
right?
jungle.
Like,
it might be, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of map control just inherently by the three that they've picked up. So adding a cannon barrage there to help.
Even if you want to play Ashe support, let's say you want to play Ashe support, yeah? Just pick Poppy Draven. Now you can pick your Ashe here, because they're not going to ban Ashe. And if they ban Ashe, you get Nautilus. And if they ban Nautilus Ashe, you get Alistar, like it's, or Blitzcrank, like it's fine.
best composition.
Yeah, they should just go
for later
GP,
parts of the game.
and then
Barrel
Jarvan
seems
on
to be
4,
very good with
F5,
this. The extra
and then you have a
slow
free
from
win.
Cannon Barrage will
Well,
also be quite
it's not a free win.
significant.
I don't
Set
like
up
the
fights
Ari
in
pick
turn
that
when
much.
Talia tries to Weaver's Wall
Pog,
in.
let's
Got
go,
a lot
man.
of defensive
I really don't like the
options.
Ari
Like,
pick.
Quantum Freaks is
I think if
very
they had a
strong,
Zir,
very
Pog.
strong
it would
at
be free win.
dealing with Weaver Wall, Arrow, Pylon engages. I think that
Yeah, or Poppy Ashe and keep the Ashe flex, that's fine. Or Poppy Draven and then pick Ashe support on 5. They're not gonna ban Ashe support. You have to pick, is it Talia jungle or mid? Is it Talia jungle or mid? Talia jungle, you're gonna pick Yone? Or Yasuo? I wouldn't mind Yasuo here.
Yep, you can,
I wouldn't
just
mind
throw
Yasuo.
Whirling Death and an arrow as the
Oh,
ram
it's
is
Lee Sin.
passing
Okay, so it's
by.
Talia mid.
And it means someone is definitely dead, unless they have cleanse.
Good team fight by
Owner's
T1.
Lee Sin,
Good team fight.
his win rate absolutely absurd. Large reason why. Lee
Now
Sin
imagine we had
is,
Draven, Nautilus,
you know, the
Ornn,
stats
Lee
for
Sin,
just
Talia.
Lee Sin, the champion here in the LCK
Or
space.
Draven, Nautilus,
Definitely good.
Poppy,
He's
Ornn,
7-1 this
Talia
season.
into
He's
Ari,
unbelievable,
Kalista.
and, he's gonna be
Then you
getting
have a free win.
over here, it looks like. And for Quantum Freaks, the last choice here will of course be the jungle pick. And it might
Now
just
you
be
can't
that
pick Jarvan, I
vehicle
think.
once again for
Just pick
Eleanor's
Trundle.
both the
Oh
call.
my god, no,
They
it's
want
bad
to
now.
instead,
Please don't do
though,
it. It's bad now.
wrap somebody
You
in
don't
an
pick
isolated
Jarvan into Lee
kill
Sin
there,
Ornn.
punish
You
the
don't do
Ashe
it.
with
You
Draven
don't
when
do it.
that, you know, follow-up happens
You don't
here,
do it.
because
Just
the
pick
range
pick
of the
Trundle.
Draven is
Oh,
very
Trundle's
low.
banned. Oh
Talia
shit.
is going to naturally be coming at
Oh
you.
shit.
So
Trundle's
I don't
banned.
hate this pick. I think
Yeah,
that
okay, I guess you have to
Diego
then. That
works
sucks.
well into what they're setting
Oh,
up, because they
shit.
have so much
There's
pick,
no choice.
and
They're forced
Diego
into
is
it.
just going to be able to obviously reset and pop off, but they want to have more isolation here with the Jarvan pick, and can be very punishing against a Talia, against an Ornn who steps too far forward.
Yeah, and also works very well in the 2v2 in mid lane especially, and lay it on top of the Cannon Barrage. You could, like, what does Draven Ashe do when they're
Okay, Gamba,
put
Gamba.
in the Cataclysm? They
Flash,
probably
hopefully,
die.
or if they don't have it, they die.
And barrel
Gamba.
chains are just so much easier when you
Mods.
got them sitting there in the middle of the Cataclysm. So if it can work out and if they can catch Ashe Draven together, then that is going to be a target. But in the laning phase, Ashe and Draven will probably make sure that Teddy just can't play the game. So we'll just have to see how the landscape of this match is actually going to play out.
Late betters,
because
Giga Chad.
you look at these compositions and
If you're a late better, you're
5v5,
cringe as fuck.
30 minutes, right? You're like,
If
oh
you're a
man,
late
there is
better,
so
you're
many
super
options
cringe.
here. But that may not
Yo, Cookie,
come
thanks for the
into play
prime.
whatsoever, because T1 could just have a way too large advantage from the laning phase.
And their early game is very strong around objectives.
If
too,
you're a
with the
Giga Chad,
Ornn,
you bet
know,
instantly.
ability to shape first Rift Herald fight. Once Imperial Mandate gets finished for the Ashe, the
Hi,
damage
Cajal,
goes
I
big
am
time for
in
Draven,
Portugal
even if
for
they
you.
haven't
Come
Ashe in those
cafe.
stacks. So lot
Huh?
of power in the mid game for T1 if they can get ahead.
No.
Yeah, I agree. Let's hop onto the Rift here. Get into game number 2. All right, here we are. Once again, the FPX skinned come through for Keen. It's his favorite one, and does look pretty cool.
Will you
Not gonna
play
lie.
Stray? Everyone's asking me to play Stray. Is it good this game? Stray.
I'm a spooky gangplank kind of guy.
Lost, alone,
was one of my
separated from
go-tos
family,
back
a
in the
stray
day.
cat must untangle an
That was a
ancient
very
mystery
bad
to
Gangplank
leave
one.
a long
I didn't
forgotten
really know
city.
what I was doing, like back in when I was first playing the game, and Valve
Yes,
was
it's really
like,
good.
Just play Gangplank, and I was like, all right, and then I enjoyed it, but I was
Okay,
not doing it
we'll
right.
play a bit of
Was
Stray.
that back when he didn't even have his barrels? Because that,
Yeah,
that was like
that was
season
before
5,
where
right?
he had like
yeah,
the crit thing.
Yeah, he basically had rally,
Yes.
where he just pressed like E and went yar and went a bit faster or something. Felt a little bit like Stim via Marine.
If my cat dies at the end, then I'm uninstalling the game and refunding it.
Once every 7
Motherfuckers can't put me through that emotion roller coaster.
It was an interesting time. It was way before his rework.
You're rambling to the prime, bro.
Keen going to spot out that Zeus put a ward there, pings it out for the rest of his team. As you can see, no real shenanigans in this early game. Not going to have a repeat of our first series yesterday, which had game 1 decided in one level 1 play. I like it more when the rest of the
Yo,
game
Bass,
is also relevant.
Najera, thanks for the
as,
resubs and
oh,
subs.
Yes.
Pog, let's go,
This
man.
is how you
The
play
level
Jarvan.
2 Jarvan gang.
Love you
Owner
so much,
Level 2
Cedro.
Jarvan?
over here.
It's actually
Oh my god,
kinda
it's actually
genius.
insane what they're doing.
But we'll see what's actually going to happen here as LM is
Carry
going
is
to
dead.
rotate over.
Oh no, he can
Carry is
flash
like,
over.
Nope, I'm out of
Oh
here.
my god,
I'm
carry a
flashing.
5-head.
I'm
Oh my
get-
god,
oh,
LM.
No, LM misses the Q, but now
But even if he
Gumayusi's
hit it, he would
kinda
die.
left on his
Oh my god,
lonesome.
everyone's inting.
Oh, Q is barely going to get dodged there by Teddy and Moham, as now Gumayusi is looking to turn this one around. He changed skins as well. to make sure
This
that
is
he was
so
really
awkward.
in the zone.
So Keria now down both summoners here. Did go the heal this game around to actually give Gumayusi an extra speed up and some extra sustain in these longer trades.
Yeah, if he hit the EQ, he would die.
Can win out actually against Kalista with the Draven, as we talked about last time.
Moham is in trouble. Immediately the cleanse comes through on the handshake though, as the Ren not going to get a reset or anything like that.
Here still.
Once again rotating
Elm
over.
is still here.
There is just a flash. As Hawkshot spots Elm out, he gets notified of that situation as well, as now T1 going to have to play defensively. That's not how this lane wants to play.
Exactly.
As you can see, Ornn wanting to get that level advantage as he takes down his Krugs, but remains in the area.
If Guma
needs to stop bombing.
If Guma has heal, I think he's much more, interested in trading there and actually looking for a follow-up. But without it, he's showing a lot of respect. So Elm doesn't have that follow-up gank opportunity.
Hello, Cage. I'm a history drama filmmaker and would like to cast the actress that played the role of Karina in your cooking theme for my upcoming project.
Pog, let's go, man.
Your team to 5.
Take my stolen free sub.
Summoners down here in the early part of this, and as lane naturally pushes, like in terms of trading between the AD carries here, the Draven is going to feel pretty great into the Kalista. It's one of the only AD carries that can
P-boy,
actually
thanks for sub, bro.
damage in range. But without the Ashe Summoners here, and with a Renata pushing super hard, the extra shield she's going to give, it's kind of hard here, especially Summoners down to try to make a play.
Oh my god, he did a grump grab into bot gank.
As Gumayusi still sub 50%. The T1 playing very respectfully, and you can see
nice counter gank here by Ornn.
Lurking. Great positioning for the Lee Sin.
Oh my god.
Gumayusi still in trouble, even though the Lee Sin team
Oh my good god, LM.
Gumayusi walks it out. He just needed the flash, guys.
Guma played it well.
That's all he needed, and that's all they had remaining. Is now Ornn still looking for more. Wants to be able to grab this. He safeguards forward, gets the flash out of Moham as Teddy's trying to
Ornn is
punish
a 5-head.
potential.
He knew that he would go back bot. Let's go. Yeah, go. Oh. I would do the same thing. Don't worry. Don't worry. I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing. I'm sorry, Ornn. I'm sorry. Oh my god, nice block.
Going to get blocked as well.
I would have done the same thing.
Amazing series of plays.
Yeah, it looks good.
Teams. T1 though do walk away with first blood.
So they will walk away with first blood, but Ornn is of course removed from the map here. So both junglers will.
Yeah.
That is going to reset things.
Sucks.
Elm going to go straight back to
Yo,
the
epic,
top
thanks to
side
the
of
prime.
map,
Doolittle, thanks to the
farming,
resub.
but with the back timing here, Gumayusi and Keria
How many primes today, guys? Thanks for the primes.
There's no teleport, there's no
It's
return
prime
to
month
lane
or
here,
what
so
the fuck's
this is gonna
going on?
be
Let's
a
go,
pretty
man.
hefty cost for the Kwangdong bottom lane in terms of CS. So
Imagine using
the
your
end
free
result
Twitch
here
Prime on this
at the
guy.
end of the day
Can't
is,
be
yes,
me
Teddy
Pog
gets a
off.
kill, but he will lose control of this lane quite significantly, which is what T1 wanted in the first place. So yeah, I really do, despite owners' transgressions and overextensions there, like
Pog
how
off.
this ended up for T1.
Guys, did you know in Umbrella Academy, the monkey is called Poggo? How crazy is that? Yo, Kuro 95.
What's up, streamer and squad?
I appreciate a bit of Lee syndrome every now and again. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
As you may have heard from the play-by-play, I was very excited. I knew he was going to go in. I just knew it. We all knew it. But the flash was
Pog.
there.
Yo, Prophet, thanks for 7.
Still, being able to get Kalista's flash is also in
Remember
itself
that I had
a
to
pretty good
resub.
thing. But Ornn dying, definitely.
And Seabass, thanks for the 4.
But we'll see how this actually affects the rest of the game. As you can see, Zeus leaning against Keen quite nicely up here
Pog,
towards the
let's
top
go,
side of the
man.
map. Slight advantage for the Gangplank, but that's to be expected.
It's
in the early game.
Tuesday in it.
And just going to be playing on the weaker side of the map here. Both
Wild
our
Rift
top
is much
laners
better than
and
Mobile
junglers
Legends because Mobile Legends is a
will be
rip-off
required
version
in
of
this
League.
bottom lane for the
Bruh.
foreseeable future.
Yeah, if it's,
Yo,
it's
Magnite to the
Kalista
prime.
versus
Good take,
Draven,
bro.
that's a bottom 3
This is Guma's cancel.
So this is going to be Gumayusi.
My man's.
Has flash, just pulls off the last
Nice
possible
cancel.
second, is spamming it. Turns around, does not get the kill, but doesn't care at this stage.
Nice
Still
cookie
has
enjoyer as
stacks.
well.
And then this is the turnaround.
And then, yeah, good flash here by Teddy. He pulls jungle into the tower, and then he gets pulled back again by Renata again.
Well played here.
So
They
both
blocked
junglers
the
just inting, and
arrows.
he blocks the W.
the
Really good
volley
block.
was fantastic from Teddy as
Really well played by Teddy.
Um,
Teddy
that evens out
smurfing,
pretty
baby.
much. As you can see with the
Dude,
goals,
Teddy
a lot of
versus
freaks were
T1, he
actually
plays in his
able to
true
get a little
form.
bit back. A little bit of that is skewed because Gangplank exists. His good old piracy does lead to a little bit of extra money being available. As Quantum Freaks are looking to take this Drake, we do have a minute and a half before Shelly hits the Rift. See who's going to be able to get the priority there. As Keen, definitely with the health advantage, but is respecting Zeus, whose spellbook does give him access to the Ignite.
Yeah.
Check out Faker's win rate, pretty high here. He's played a fair bit of Talia over his time.
Less than I expected, actually, in this.
So he just needs 0.2% more.
A few years
That's
back
all.
in the mid lane, and with the back timing actually from Guma and Keria, and obviously with LM having the tempo advantage with the later death from Ornn, Teddy and Moham get lane control back very momentarily. And Owner is back down here again, so this could be just another trap set up here for T1.
Pog, let's go, man.
No Kira links to 4.
LM's coming down here too, pre-6. Now these junglers very lethal, so a lot of this is going to be about the setup here on the trades of the AD carries, which Guma is hitting super hard right now.
Yeah, Teddy getting taken down relatively low.
It's another counter gank, bro.
Hasn't been given away yet. As Ellen moves in, they get the handshake, but there's the
Oh
kill.
my
Connect on
god,
the Teddy
Owner, you're
somehow.
so good at the game.
bailout comes in, but it's not going to work.
That Q
Barrage is also largely
was
ignored.
insane.
He's going to cash in at 7.5 minutes here in game number 2. And things are looking much different this time around.
Yeah, now the Draven is getting online, and this was a play that was premeditated from Quantum Freaks around.
Wait, did he
the
cash
fact
in
that
420?
They think Owner is not here. Elam is trying
There's no
to
way.
look for the bait play there. That's why Teddy.
There's no way he just cashed in 420.
Guma, which were not favorable, which is why he's the first to
How
go
epic
down
is
when
that?
Owner shows up and is able to get on top of him. He's just so low from the trade that happened before. And this is what I was saying, pre-6 for the Jarvan and the Lee Sin. They don't have their kick. They don't have the Cataclysm at that moment in time. It really is about where the trade is if you're going to win a 3v3. But Quantum Freaks took the bad trade, expecting that they are actually baiting this. Look at Teddy's health, because Guma traded with him so aggressively, and is going to continue to do so. They bait this again. Look at Teddy's health again. And when Owner shows up, the bailout comes through, like, we can turn this back in 3v2. Then Teddy's going to actually pop off and get a triple. That's the hope. But no, it doesn't happen this way, or double rather, because again, I'm not expecting Owners to be there. They're hoping the bailout is enough for Teddy to trade it back, but it's not.
I just tuned in. How have both teams forgotten the game goes past 25 minutes?
They know where Moham is as Welling Death flies through.
420, baby. Sorry, I just had to mess someone. Nice tanking by Ellen. There's a kill. Kalista is really strong. There's no delay. There's no delay.
Teddy's
There you
just
go.
going to hop
96.
himself away. And he will get shielded up there.
Imagine how amazing this would have been for Kwangdong if
What
Guma
is
had
this
not
person
cashed
DMing
in
me?
before this, and they had been able to then dive on top of him and take
Look
away
at this
his
DM I'm
adoration
receiving
stacks.
from this guy every day.
The most god tier swing for this roster, but he is picked.
Look at this.
And they do get a plate here, but it's not the end of the world.
He DMs me this on Discord.
Go ahead and back here. Does now have his own level 6 for a little bit more action on the map. But the timing of this is really unfortunate for Quantum Freak. Still a great pick, still a great force here. Fate comes down.
Nice dive by KDF.
This is guaranteed. They can zone Carrier away. This even, of course, forces Faker to come down. Will, of course, realize, okay, I run out of minions. I can just go back to lane. But still, proactive play here from Quantum Freaks. Unfortunately, just not fast enough. As Guma in that previous 3v3 gets so ahead. So he down in CS right now, but feeling fantastic about the position.
Why isn't Guma going Eclipse this game?
Still fine. His cash-in wasn't huge.
Maybe he thinks he needs shield bow versus Ari Jarvan.
From the kill onto Teddy.
Not sure.
So wanting a little bit of extra time now to stack up these adorations.
Pog, let's
See
go,
what they can
man.
do is I've seen this one before, Quantum Freaks.
Yo, Leo, thank you
Hello,
for 7.
Cedral. How are the games going?
Good. Bot lane seems like an absolute fist fight right now.
As control ward here, not actually able to spot out that other ward towards the side. Nice little knock up as Zeus is going to throw
Zeus?
down the Ornn. Keen
Holy
flash,
Zeus.
but will get knocked up.
How is Zeus
Riverfront
up
comes
10
in,
CS
he
in
makes
this
it
lane?
underneath the turret. Still, that is flash pricked up just by the big old
It's been
blacksmith
1v1 all
on the top
game.
side of the map.
Yep, he's got unsealed. Just going to switch back to teleport and keep pushing the issue here. With the attention topside just completely given away. Like, there's no attention here, rather. There's with the lack of attention topside.
It's
Ornn
complete
actually can
1v1.
try to push the advantages here, especially with unsealed. Owner once again now trying to set for a play, but this one is more deadly than the next.
So
or the
Joab,
last,
thanks for
because
Prime.
This one has a Rift Herald attached to it, so if they're
Okay.
successful here,
Fate's call. Owner is in position. As Moham just
Owner
gonna
is
get
here
on over.
every time.
They, will be able to lock this one down. Owner does have the Rift Herald available. I think Quantum Freaks have an idea that there could be
Owner
a
is
lead in the area.
covering
And
this
I
really
like
well.
the fact that they are playing respectfully, because that could have been a disaster and it would have been a repeat of the same mistake that they made previously.
but would have been, like I said, worse because you'd lose your turret and all the plates as well if you messed it up this time. Oh, I'm now flashless.
Yep.
Pretty significant here. And, I mean, right now, Quantum Freaks for a trade.
A little knock up there as LM going to do a bit of damage to Owner. And now, of course, Jarvan buffed a little bit. That passive goes off a little bit more as Faker's going to weave his wall over. He wants
Knock, knock, knock.
He
Nice
does
knock.
find
Oh,
the
no
seismic
flashes.
shove, but They do manage to
wow, this
get
got.
the ulti
Look at the
through.
sums they
Ellen
just
in a
got.
bit of trouble, who's now completely zoned away from his team. Of course, the Q lands from
Is it
Ornn,
worth
and
a
they
kill
lock down
for
that
this?
pickoff as well, and T1 will seamlessly transition into this Drake as well.
No, it's not worth.
Your support has no flash.
Because you lose Drake as well. I don't know if it's worth. Let's see what he can do with it, because his ult's on cooldown for a while as well.
You just don't have choke point control.
He needs to do something with it.
And all it takes is Guma Summoners to make sure he lives.
Teddy?
Yep, another
Okay.
arrow is already off cooldown as Teddy is going to get bailed out. Let's see whether they can grab the kill. They do! And now Fate is here. Can he land the charm?
Teddy,
Of course
5-hit!
he can! Gets Gumushi against the wall and will be able to guarantee it.
Oh my
Beautifully
god.
done here as Kwangdong Freaks answer back, but Faker
Oh, Teddy, you're
is
so
getting
good.
plates in the mid lane. And Ellen comes on over but won't be able to
Oh,
deny
Teddy,
the
you're so
second.
good.
Well, with these kills being picked up here, suddenly this game is back to a close state. Actually, it's no longer very T1 dominant because 2 kills now on Teddy, 2 kills on Fate.
Ornn has Rift Herald that just timed out in the mid lane.
Yep.
I think it popped up.
So Adam got a bit unlucky in this fight because everyone flashed his whole. Oh,
Yep, never mind.
Zeus,
Keen
you're
is
not solo
battling
killing a
against
GP,
Zeus
right?
Here, who's just ignoring the gangplank damage and might just kill him. As he can always headbutt the wall. Good little movement there from Keen to avoid. But there's the
Oh
flash.
my
The Brittle
god.
was there and he was just waiting. He was just waiting for a breath.
He knows.
Now, Wolf,
He knows that Keen
He's-
has no flash, and he,
How
as
does
long as
he-
hits that breath, it's just gonna
What?
be enough if he flashes on him. We'll get the
This
kill.
guy is
Yeah, it's gonna
insane,
be a
man.
denial of the Rift
Pog,
Herald, at least
let's
here for
go,
Kwangdong
man.
Freaks in the meantime.
He's solo killing Keen.
So, a little bit of
Thanks
power
for
on
providing a
Gangplank.
safe place for
While
us to
playing
put our
Ornn.
memes, shopping lists, apples, bread, eggs, milk, crisps, sausages and lettuce.
How nuts is that guy?
9 kills here at the 14-minute mark.
This
but
is his first Ornn
the
game
last exchange
this
that went in
year.
Kwangdong's favor gives 2 kills
It's
for
actually his
Fate.
first Ornn
Teddy
game
now has
in
2 kills,
competitive
2
ever.
assists, has a lot of money here, so
Yeah.
Guma's
This
no
is his
longer
first
running
ever
the
competitive
show
Ornn game.
necessarily.
Comes
There's a
in,
lot of
solo
damage
kills
here
Keen
in
on
Kwangdong Freaks'
Gangplank.
side. They have strong engages. Once again, we're going to see the Jarvan rotate
yeah,
over.
another Fate's call. Gumushi
Another
not
kill bot.
going to get knocked up from it, but will go down as Teddy's just going to rip out all of the sticks. As now Ornn and Faker moving on over. Carrier here as well. Seismic shot not going to land onto Moham. That was dangerous as he throws in the loyalty program. Doesn't really do too much. What is, that's not a great name. I don't need to use that skill name, I don't think.
Yeah.
I gave it a try. Don't think I will. Anyway, let's check this one out again.
So, Flash used earlier.
Bless her. Guys, she didn't
and
sneeze. She's
yeah,
just
Teddy
laughing really
has
hard.
bailout. This is another reason why, like, Ashe in this moment is just not obviously going to live for very long, but the real critical thing is when you have Renata.
She's
Kalista,
doing a little bit of this.
But the other thing is
Dude,
if you have the bailout
Zeus
on
played this really well in getting barrels.
and you have an
Good
Ahri
barrel
coming
kill.
over, you can get a pick like this and then suddenly turn
Look at
those
how
kills
Zeus
beautifully
doesn't
into
use
a
spells
great
here. Look,
play from
maybe on cooldown, but Keen is trying to dodge this up the W. Just run through him, maybe.
Trying his best to avoid these,
But yeah, Zeus has insane
just
patience.
run away and be willing to lose CS there. Does get flashed on. So at least you get Zayaz's flash, but you're gonna die for it.
He had to respect so many things.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
Searing
I
charge, so
know
couldn't
I've been
stand
to this a
next
few
to a
times
wall,
about the Zeus and
didn't wanna
Zeus
get
thing.
the brittle proc and knew that he was gonna die if he
And it's
got
supposed to be
Bella's breath.
Zeus, but I really like Zeus, I'll be honest. I like saying Zeus. It just sounds 10 times more Giga Chad saying Zeus
Searing charge to get himself out.
than Zeus.
Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, this is now, look at the gold lead here for Teddy. 900, 1,000 he has at this point. Fate also picking up that money, has a 400 gold lead over Faker here. The Taliyah
Zeus
in
with
this
the
comp
juice.
still operates very well
Holy.
around the CC they have. They have
Is he a
Ornn,
is he a
obviously.
juicer?
They
Zeus?
have,
Zeus'
Gumushi
the
ult
juices?
that can add some extra damage layered on top. But it's not the same sort of power, in my opinion, that Kwangdong had with the Taliyah comp last time, with the Amumu that could be Fates called in or out of fights, where they have a strong Gwen that can lock the door on the rest of the team collapsing in with stopwatch. So from behind here,
thanks,
this
Harder.
game doesn't feel as great here for the mid laner of T1. Faker does have Crown of the Shattered Queen, can keep him alive a little bit longer, does have his stopwatch at the ready. So can try to hard engage here in this upcoming fight for this third Drake. But I really like Kwangdong's position in this game despite a small gold deficit. Where the gold is here for T1 is on a Lee Sin versus scaling Ahri
His name
and
is
Kalista through the mid game. Like,
Be respectful, since you wouldn't be happy if we called you Karendrel. What do you mean respectful? You guys call me Karendrel every day.
Money now is absolutely
The
it,
chat,
and I
dude,
would
you
100%
can't talk about
agree with
respectful.
if it was
You guys
anyone's
call me
lease in other than us.
Caterol, Karendrel,
I just
Cardrel,
think that this guy
Kiadrel,
uses the money better
fucking
than any of the
Seafish
others,
Drell. Dude,
and I
shut
think
up
it
with
kind of
fucking
transcends
respect.
The champion himself. Sometimes the nameplates are necessary.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good point. Like, does make you feel a lot better
Yeah.
that it's his Lee Sin that is ahead, of any Lee Sin that could be ahead in a situation like this.
Well, Moham here alongside Teddy, just trying to clear out the mid lane as we're doing a bit of K-ramming, something that I believe Kwangdong Freaks actually invented.
K-ramming.
Yeah,
LCK.
that's what the K stands for.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, Kwangdong ramming. All right,
Ramming?
Gonna move towards
Pog,
this hex rate.
let's go.
We'll
Once
tackle
Once
into
again,
5.
we have one dragon
Alright, well,
piece
T1 have a bit of a lead here because
streamer.
on the,
they won the bot 3v3s.
Baron.
Not so much for bot,
So
but in
not gonna
terms
need
of
to worry
gold
about that
share.
for the next little while, as
They got their
there's a
jungler really
knock-up.
far ahead.
Ornn
There's a
to come
knock-up
in,
onto
taking
2 by
matters into
Zeus.
his own hands.
Nice
Baron
charm.
in a pretty good position.
Really nice Renata.
Let's
Wait,
one
what
more
the fuck did
time.
Owner just do?
Sir Cathedral
That looks
cancel
insane.
mod.
But he's dead, 1 for 1.
Trade at the moment as Teddy trying to be in position to get these auto attacks
Oh,
down.
nice
There is
charm.
the
Faker
movement
down.
forward as Fate
4?
is gonna
Don't
get
flash
the
Faker, I think he
stopwatch
can't
out of
flash.
Faker. Ellen flashes to get himself out of the way, but Teddy
Zeus, triple
walks down
knockup.
the kill. But in goes
Oh, no, he's
Zeus.
dead.
He will be
They don't
taken
have the
down
damage.
as the flash comes out. Teddy's playing so well today.
T1 don't
It's
have the
just
damage. Draven
ridiculous.
can't hit.
As Gumushi completely out of mana but avoids the charm. And Kwangdong Freaks, they win another
This
team
is
fight.
a massive lead for them now, Atlas. They
They're
win
gonna
another
get Drake.
team fight, but 4 kills on the Ahri, 4 kills on the Kalista, and once again, T1 forcing a fight.
Yo, Alan, they hit at
neutral,
9.
not playing
Wait,
around
is
the power
KDF
of the
gonna
Weavers.
2-0
Karen
T1?
CD will
At
keep
all,
his
but
up.
it's
Holy.
really Zeus who's
Can you imagine
pulling the
first round of
trigger,
playoffs,
looks to the
T1
knock
versus...
up
No, they
there
wouldn't
into the
actually.
Ornn, and it was a great and fantastic idea. The problem is there's a lot
Holy.
of counter CC here, and you're trading so much of your damage here for a support. The only person that goes down in this initial exchange is Moham, who's also thrown back into the things here as he's fake called out of it. Lee Sin traded for a Renata, and then Zeus is waiting for his cooldowns to try to turn this, but there's no follow-up damage. Gumusi is so low range on this Draven. Look at him walk forward so carefully, trying to chunk out Keen. Faker has to stopwatch here.
Holy.
Elam escapes over the wall, and then now Zeus, this is not the right call. Like, this fight is
Do
not
something
that
I
you want.
can't
They
lose
have
all my
charm,
points.
they have
Sucks,
so much
buddy,
damage.
sucks.
You're just throwing yourself away here, and he flashed as well in that fight. Now his flash is on cooldown.
Now
Kwangdong
imagine
Freaks
T1
in
had
a massive tempo
Poppy,
advantage right now.
Nautilus,
So much money on this
Bangs.
Ahri that can side lane extremely well.
They
Look at
actually
what
had some
Teddy
way to
picks up.
CC
He
and
picks
kill
up a
someone.
QSS. He's like, I know I need to be the carry for this team. I need to do so much damage. You guys have a lot of tools to shut me down, but the QSS is going to be so extremely valuable for him.
Yeah, and also he took heal. I didn't even really notice, but I mean that's pretty egregious.
It's for the it's for the Draven matchup, right?
Yeah, I guess. But it is, you know, into Ashe, you almost always have to take cleanse,
Ornn to
right?
force
But,
tower,
he
GP ult
elects
to
not
defend.
as the Ornn comes
Good
through,
GP
gets
ult.
a nice double knock-up. They guarantee the extra headbutt of Shirley, but Keen's here
And
on the
because
bottom
Zeus
side.
has
He
to group,
Cannon Barrage to
Keen
try and
can
deal
split
with the
push.
mid-lane minion wave. Faker's
Okay.
gonna come down and try to punish as Keen is
Okay,
going to use the walking
okay,
away
let's go.
tactic, which works very well. I think that's a hard counter.
He has a turret, excuse me, there to hide behind. So Zeus.
Wow,
also
T1 are
rotates
getting
over to
clapped
try to
here.
help catch him there. So Faker
Do I
uses
think this
Weaver's
is a
wall,
draft
which
diff game?
he's
No.
level
I think
12,
T1's
it's
draft
on
is
a
actually
decent
fine.
cooldown,
It's
but
playable.
still not
They
the
could have
longest
drafted
it's
way
ever
better
been, but
to make
obviously
themselves
it's
have a
gonna
much
be a
easier
massive
game.
ultimate
But
down
again,
here.
this is similar to game 2. This is not a
Freaks
draft
start
diff.
Baron. It's the same style of composition for them. They have a Callisto
You could argue that the
who
Ashe
is
support is
very
useless and
fed.
Renata is
Doesn't have a
broken.
rage blade
Yes.
early this time because it was a
But,
little bit more utility. Is starting to build it. You can see the rage knife coming through.
This is just
etc.
good play by
Without the
KDF.
QSS
I think
here,
Fate's
to make sure
roams
he can
were
pop
better
off
than
in
Faker's.
subsequent fights. I don't think
This
Kwangdong
bot
will,
play
at this
was,
moment in time, be able to
where
force
Fate
any
got the
Baron
double
fight
kill,
before
was
Weaver
game
rolls
defining with
back
Teddy
up, but
reset.
you can see T1 trying to somewhat
And then that
emulate
mid
the
fight,
composition that
T1 just
Kwangdong
don't
played
have
in
damage.
game
It
one
seems
with his
T1
Talia
don't have anyone who can
execution
walk up
there.
and
They're
hit
not
when
as
Zeus is
prepared
tanking.
on it. And Kwangdong Freaks just know how to play around this Renata Callista so well, and Fate is having, once again, an amazing game here on a completely different champion on the other side of the coin here.
Yeah, it's looking really, really good. And Fate's had a great day. Elam's had the best day he's ever had. This is just nutty. Of course, Elam and Teddy trying to get some revenge against their former team of last year. We were saying many jokes about Kwangdong Freaks, of course, especially when Hoyt was there towards the bottom side as well, because that's 3 former T1 players that are on this squad. Now with Moham, not quite as much, but Elam and Teddy very recently were over there.
Yeah, I mean, people were jokingly calling this team T2 for a while.
Yeah, right.
Because it has
This
so many
T1
former players
versus
with the
T2.
Kwangdong sponsorship, the logo, or the colors, rather, are very
Yeah,
similar
fun.
to T1's. There are a lot of parallels to draw there. Now, Kwangdong Freaks have vision set up here
Pog,
around
let's
this
go,
Baron.
man.
But with T1 so close by, with long-range arrow and Ornn engage opportunities here, They don't
Yo,
have
Chrissy,
the
thanks for the
turn
7.
composition just yet to look for a
Bits? What
start.
bits?
Yeah, they have Cannon Barrage, they have Cataclysm to try to hold chokes, but
Let's add
think
one more
Guangdong being
title.
measured here is
Sir
the right
Cathedral
call.
cancel a
Take
lot.
the advantage you
Okay,
have
shut
to
up.
try to continue to roll it into
Shut
a more realistic objective fight.
GP
A
Collector, I
dragon you
can't.
can burst
Yeah.
down much faster than a Baron, and just try to get Soul Point here. You can try to pull T1 around the fact that you have this vision control right now and a setup for it, but you don't actually have to hard force.
No, and I also think that Hexdrake is absolutely fantastic for Guangdong Freaks. Of course, just getting a soul is, in general, fantastic.
So
but
this is a
having that
mandate
CC,
Ashe
being able to lock down the
with
targets
tier
is
Pog,
against
let's go.
Jarvan GP Ari.
Hey,
So-
how are you today?
I feel like the second Keria loses his flash, he can't play. Yo, slow, thanks for the 5. I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? Drake fights will be everything. Keen would... I think KDF here should not fight Drake. It sounds odd, seeing as they should win fights. But they have good setup around Drake. It's hard to face check in, and Keen can get 2 towers here, or at least force Zeus to TP top. Zeus is gonna base and catch top, it seems, and if he shows on top wave, then they can start to contest it. But for now, they should give this. Unless they double TP. Oh no, this is smart by Zeus. He's just gonna wait. Are they gonna double TP? Oh my god, they're gonna go Nash. They're gonna go Nash, they're gonna go Nash, they're gonna go Nash. It's actually good. It's actually good if they can threaten Nash. If KDF can get this mid wave and threaten Nash, or they just flush out T1 and go to Drake themselves.
Flying through, making Guangdong Freaks' life annoying. As Ornn just fishing for any potential Q to come through. This minion wave is going to come down as the
Okay, arrow. Not bad. Ellen will stopwatch maybe? Does he have stopwatch? No, nice engage by T1. Really nice engage. I think KDF should have played for split push. Nice QSS by Teddy. Oh. Oh my god.
Flashes behind Faker's wall and is just kept there in the little.
Oh my god, Teddy.
Harry Potter's cupboard under the stairs, Wolf. Oh, that's not what you want to see.
He just flashed right into jail.
Oh my god, Teddy.
Yeah, I just didn't know that we
Great fight by T1. Really good engage. I guess Elim didn't have stopwatch. So, nice arrow, chain CC, one shot down goes to frontline.
There was just a tiny gap that he gets stuck in, but I love how T1
KDF's comp also falls off quite quickly. Jarvan Kalista doesn't scale very well. Okay, Zeus has flash, he should be fine. Wait, KDF are trying to fight this Drake? Oh, welcome back, Elim.
Shove, though, as Faker has certainly downloaded Ellen today. That is going to be his second one in a row, and Ellen's going to have to get out. As T1, I don't know what happened, but over the last minute, they have had some of Michael's secret stuff, and they are looking absolutely fantastic.
Michael's secret stuff?
Drake as well after collecting the Baron, and this is the swing they needed. Another cash in for Gumushi as well.
Blind without vision on Baron, T1 decided to rush towards Drake control, set up the vision line here, then have a hard engage saying, okay, Guangdong, are you going to run it, Baron? Try to trade Baron for this
Space Jam reference.
Then we have hard engage, we can go, you have no vision on
9 months Lex School.
Oh yeah, Michael's, yeah.
And the second Guangdong start kiting back towards Baron, that's when they pull the trigger.
Holy.
Unfortunately, Teddy is just flashed into this weird pocket.
Pog, let's go, man.
By Ornn. I don't even know if that was completely necessary.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
4 months subtitle.
That's an unlucky flash for Teddy. Oh my!
We're gonna rush to Drake.
But there's no one there. Did Carrier just do it for fun? I mean, look at his cooldown. Look at his cooldown. Look at his Ashe ult cooldown. No, it's disgusting. No, my god, it's halfway off cooldown already. Look at that. By the time they set up on any waves, Ashe ult is up again.
That's what this
Look!
relies on so much. And when you have Weaver's Wall, you can stop.
Now Carrier can just stand here and fire again. He's gonna stand here because it's better angle and it's longer range to get a bigger stun. Yeah. Anywhere here is good place for him to just sit. He has no flash, so he can't walk up. Next wave comes in, arrow comes out. Carrier should stay way far back. He should stay over here. They can just go on him really easily. Next arrow, mod check.
Composition like this, the amount of outs are not very large. And T1, I mean, they're building ornaments as well. You can see it's upgrade on the crown, on the shield bow, and we still have a couple more to come through. but it's really starting to mean that even though they have a 4,000 gold lead, it's
Hiding on
actually
pinks
a
is
bit
really good for the
higher
Ashe.
than the amount of
Just
extra
hiding out of
stats
vision
that
is
they
all
can
Carry
get
wants to do
through
because he
or
doesn't want to get
support.
engaged,
And
obviously.
also, Kwangdong has been one of the weakest teams at coming back.
Arrow,
from
arrow,
deficits.
arrow,
When they lose control
arrow,
of the map,
arrow.
they really lose control.
At least that's
And
QSS.
T1 are the best at pushing advantages.
Nice.
Yeah, manages to buffer at that time to tell him.
Yeah, that was a very close call, as Owner does have flash kick, so could have been a disaster if he does end up.
Yeah, I think T1 wins now. T1 wins, they're way too far ahead, and KDF's comp falls off now. Jarvan Kalista, past 25 min is just a downhill if you're behind.
2.5 minutes from now, and during this interim, like, look at the lack of vision on the map.
I think both drafts are good, both drafts have their way to win.
Do not have
Looks like T1 held on pretty well.
control of top or bottom
Really good
side.
engage by Zeus in mid.
Fragile.
Yep.
It's still
Me gusta.
winnable, a team fight, if T1 mess up the execution. But the problem is they have so much power with this arrow potential. Like, you could set up a pick with this instantly. If King gets caught there, follow up there from Faker, seismic shove, he's dead.
Yeah. I also love that Carey is just throwing these arrows out on cooldown as well. You can see already halfway back off. And he's got so much mana, he can just do it forever. As just throwing volleys in every opportunity that he gets. Weaver's Wall is going to deny
nice
any
wall.
sort of defense on this inner turret, unless Keen is able to get rid of it. And Cannon Barrage plus some barrels is going to do so. So they trade ultimates there between Faker and Keen, but I think I'd prefer to have a defensive Cannon Barrage than the ability to build a wall.
Yeah, when you already have
Build a wall.
map control as
Build a dono wall.
used to set anything up, whereas the Cannon Barrage
That's
is
the
not gonna be
Twitch
there for
built
the
a
second
dono
wave
wall in
of
emails for me.
crash
3
through.
weeks,
No
Twitch
Weaver's
partner
Wall,
support,
but
2
you still
tickets,
just
no
heat up the
response.
turret. And T1
Absolute
are just trying
dono
to
wall.
time the game out for the next fight because they have so much money now. The Draven is on 3 items.
3
Talia
weeks.
is going to be unkillable. Has crown plus.
Can you believe it?
Zonias. Like, Teddy can't really even.
They say they
threaten him.
reply in
He will
48
never
hours.
die. They have an Ornn front line.
Well,
Oh,
another
big pick.
arrow into the seismic shove. The stand aside is actually going to troll Faker a little bit there as Fate is looking for a stun. Gets it onto Faker.
No shy, thanks for
But
Prime.
it is still going to mean that they're able to
Owner.
take down this turret. Bit cute there from Owner. But he's not going to commit to anything. But still, it took a bit of work for T1 take down the inner turret.
Yeah, and you know, some ultimates exchanged here, but again, T1 feel pretty good about the state of their lead. And you know, with the comp that T1 have from ahead, it's oppressive, it chokes you out. It's like the Kwangdong Freaks are being squeezed by an anaconda right now, and there's
They're
very
being squeezed
little
by
room
an
to breathe.
anaconda?
They have 2 stopwatches now on Jarvan, who didn't have it when he was picked earlier on, which was really unfortunate for him. Had he had a stopwatch then, things could look different. Stopwatch, you know, available here still for Fate, but he's not really the one who's being picked. He's not the one being caught, and there's no angle for him to flank anymore because he doesn't have vision, doesn't have any idea of where he could set one up. So the stopwatch.
You
is
slowly
pretty
die.
valuable for him.
Wait, the anacondas squish you and break your bones?
Might save his life for a few extra seconds, but it isn't going to be a game changer. T1 just have all the tools, all the control, and it's not even going to be a contest here for Kwangdong Freaks. 20 seconds on Baron means they can't trade. They can at least set up, but they will not be able to trade. They're going to have to win a fight to get this Baron.
Well, I think Kwangdong Freaks getting some vision control here is definitely important as Kane has to flash. He himself out of the way, but Gumyushi's going to return the favor, and that is a very dead Pirate.
Big kill.
Teddy in position, but he's going to get shoved. Faker picks him up. It's a double
GG.
kill for Gumyushi, as now Faker's going to be able to secure it onto LM as well. And T1's revenge is swift here in game number 2.
GG.
We're 30 minutes in, but Kwangdong Freaks, they're not going to be in this game for much longer.
Kwangdong Freaks had such a good mid-game. It looked
You're
like
hard,
they
thanks
might
for
have
the
been able
kind words, bro.
to just choke T1 out of the game.
Okay,
They had
well,
a nice
KDF had a
lead,
really good game
few
state.
Great calls from T1, namely,
But T1 had
their
really good
rush
engages.
towards that 4th Drake was so massive. Now it's going to look to push to end the game. A lot of turret shots tanked, however, so we'll have to wait for these minions to come through.
Yeah, so it may not be over just yet. But you know, it's
Oh, Faker,
what it is.
you're griefing.
is
Faker, you're
going for it.
griefing.
He's trying to take a Hex Gate.
Faker,
Hexgates have been a very big
you're
problem for
griefing.
okay, for a large array of reasons.
That's a big shutdown to Ari. Wait,
was
Nash
a
is up.
game that was
Is it just a
basically
Baron
in
rush?
T1's hands. They messed
Everyone
around
to
with the
Baron?
push,
Flip
took
the
a few
game?
extra turret
Does
shots.
this
Wow, they have a
one
window
not
here.
get Baron?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. This is actually kind of a silly swing that should not have happened.
Oh,
And
Fate has
T1 have a
TP and
teleport,
Smite. He's gonna
teleporting
clear
in.
mid-wave, TP
Weaver's
in.
Wall is up for Faker, but he's not going to be here in time.
TP, TP, TP,
This is
TP,
kind of a
TP,
disaster.
TP,
Now, I do
TP,
have
TP.
Ash Arrow.
Yeah, and this Baron goes down extraordinarily quickly.
There's no way they're gonna lose the game here, right? They should be fine. Oh, Zeus, you fucking Chad.
Owner looks for a Q, he gets into the
Oh my god, Owner got it. 2 smites and a Kalista. Owner gets it. Okay.
He will be taken down, but Teddy is still looking for more.
Okay. Okay, just end it now. GG.
Is going to find fate and locks down
Okay, good job.
T1 take matters into their own hands, and this game is now officially
Absolutely rolled and smoked.
The charm here is Faker will you know that time when you die in the solo queue game when your team pushes to end and you're really sad you're not there? That's Faker right now.
Yeah, he's like, wait, I want to be in the picture. I want to be in the photo.
Yeah, I want to be in the end. He's Reaper's walling his way over. Will he be in the final shot? I guess he might just barely get
Faker's bait, baby.
in time. But T1, that really decisive call to push for Drake. I keep going back to it, but I think
KDF are very competitive with T1 though.
The game. They turned it so brilliantly around Vision.
Yeah.
They will bring us
Knock
to
up
the
on
third game
the
here.
2.
Kwangdong Freaks with a back-to-back 2-0.